Tales from the Dark, the story of the professional mourner. I have a stack of stories, old interviews, and just odd stuff. About 3 years ago, I interviewed what many call a professional mourner. At one point in my life I was worried about my funeral, how it would turn out est. Yes, I admit I was micromanaging my pending death. 3 years ago this past October, I visited a local funeral home, looked at coffins and flowers, and spoke with a funeral specialist. He went over the checklist: family, friends, enemies, and my last wishes. One of his questions struck me as odd. He asked me if I would be interested in PMS and how many. Feeling dumb, I guess I asked him what a PM was. He went to explain that a PM was in fact a professional mourner, a person who comes to your funeral, cry, even scream in lost if you want them to. The little voice in my head reasoned with this and demanded more information. I went a roundabout way and asked him if I could speak with one. He explained I was in luck. Yes, my lucky day, I thought, something new and odd to add to my pile of stories. He explained a lady was acting for an ongoing service, which should be completed very soon. After about 20 minutes, a lady in her 60s approached me, introduced herself as Rita, and went on to ask me what I wished to know. I quickly took this chance to learn the lady's story and asked her if I could buy her a cup of coffee. She accepted and began her story as we walked to the local diner. She explained this was the highest paying public job there was, and was little known to the public. The lady told me that her mother and mother's mother were all PMS at some point in their life. It's like theater. You work the same play over and over. You have to escape the thoughts of death and the sorrows of others. But it's not that hard once you do it a few times. But I asked, aren't you adding to it, the pain that is? Well, yes and no, everything we do is at the request of the deceased. That just sounds so odd to me, I said. How much are you paid, I asked. Well, it depends, there are packages. For about 60 an hour, there's always a markup from whatever home hires us. But for 60 an hour I will sit and cry. For 100 I will sit beside the family and go on about how good of a person this was. For 200 I will make a scene, hold your hand and refuse to leave your side. I have even been asked to tell the spouse at their time of loss, in front of God and everyone, that I was a lover they did not know about. Talk about getting the last word. So how much do you make a year? About 45,000. I could make more, but I am not as young as I used to be. When you die, will you have one there a PM? I said. Sure, a few. I want a big blowout. Fake or real, who really cares, just as long as someone is there, I guess. Jokingly I asked her if she would dress up as the Grim Reaper and sit in the back. Sure, she laughed, anything for the right price. We talked a little more over coffee. Honestly, I still have not found the right place to set me to rest when I do pass away. A few weeks later, during my mid-morning coffee, I saw in the local paper that Rita had passed away. Out of professional respect I made an appearance. Sadly, I was the only one that showed up. It's still a mystery to me, did she change her mind? Or did the professional mourner turn their back on her? Stay paranoid, my friends.